Alright chat, I am back and we'll do the very last one for the day. We'll do Shisi. So this is going to be my last review today. I apparently... What? Cancel that. Oh, I clicked read from file by accident. There you go. Alright, so we'll do Shisi last for today. And we're going to be looking at Hanzo.
Welcome to Rialto.
I think it wasn't Shisi, it was Sino that we looked at and said you need to use your colon, so we looked at this with a new perspective.
The battle begins.
Very long game. Good kill. I will say, you don't usually play Hanzo all the way back here. Your Hanzo should be playing here or here. And you can be like... Because here you can play your Ana here, right? You can play your Ana or your Sen usually. Like, I think you should probably be playing Sen with this, but Ana is fine. Anywho, I think your Hanzo should start here. You gotta watch that Ash kill real quick. I will in a second. Let me finish my thought of my train of thought. You can start with the Hanzo here, do damage to them this way. You call for him to play Ana. You probably want a Sen for the raw damage. And remember, if you're gonna play this comp here, this is your kill box, right? So your Sigma should be starting here. If your Sigma, like, look at it this way. Your Sigma is starting here, but your Hanzo is completely out of the fight. Eric is not, like, the rest of the team is here, so Shisi, you should definitely be finding the right angle to, like, if your Sigma is going to hold this corner, or even be on this corner at all, you need to be, like, on an angle that you can do damage. You could be, like, all the way here, like, if you want to. I don't really mind. It's not a good angle, but you need to be doing... Let me just get rid of that. You need to be doing some damage. Hi, Shisi. Just checking in. Good. Like, the biggest thing here is that you are not doing anything right now, right? And let's go back and check on that kill. Since you asked. You hate starting there? That's just a really bad position, yeah. Okay, you know what? And again, good coordination between both of you. Like, just really good coordination. Like, if you roll the Ash forward and kill her, yeah, good coordination. And that Mercy should have died too, we just didn't kill her. So, too long, so you missed it. If you're gonna play here, all the way back here, your kill box becomes this, right? And it's not entirely on Shisi, it's the entire team. But like, if you got a DPS here, your Ana is playing here, like Ana here basically means you can heal that way. Your kill box becomes this, and then Sigma should probably be holding here, or even here for that. Honestly, Shisi should start like all the way up here, here or here, play with the pillars, get some cover, do some damage. Then Haksha should be calling, should play in the open second corner for killbox. That's the thing, you can kind of try to play around with it. I hate first corner hold because Wrecking Ball is really, really bad at first corner hold. I feel like holding second corner is best. Start up something fall back. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, with Hanzo, you probably just want to start here, right? Do damage, and when Sigma is calling that he's backing out, if you're gonna play on the first corner anyway, you just turn around, go that way, then jump across and climb, and then you can play here. This is just really good. You can do damage that way, this way. If this is your kill box, right? Then just being able to shoot anyone in your kill box when the enemy is pushing forward is really good. I personally think, and I think I've said this before to you guys, if you're gonna play something like this, like a Wrecking Ball, first you probably want to play Sen with a Wrecking Ball comp. And secondly, like, you should probably play here. I think I told you guys when you were trying to play Angry Birds on this map, which I think can also work, but I like the Hanzo more. The general idea is that you probably want to kill things here in the open where they cannot hide, right? And so Shisi should at the very least be up here, and only up here if your Sigma is planning to hold here. If we are holding first corner, First thing first, your Wrecking Ball is probably not gonna get a lot of value, but yeah, Shizzy should be here. Hanzo with difficult. I actually like it more with one sniper. It's a good sniper map. Anywho, yeah, all of this to say, Shizzy is not gonna do anything until they push to the second corner, right? You can maybe do some damage around the first corner, but it's just not gonna be too good. Unless they just, like, die. Don't waste your arrows. Like, you actually drop because you're doing nothing. Which is fine. Like, Reluctance also drops because he's doing nothing. So, again, it's probably not best to hold first corner. And both of your tanks are very low. Like, again, I'll be honest. If you're gonna play this and, like, save your Storm Arrows, like, they got double shield. You are not gonna break the double shield. So save Storm Arrows for you can actually shoot people if you're playing into double shield. Unless you also got double shield, of course, right? But, like, playing into double shield Widow Ashe Baptiste, you can just save them. Use them for cleanup or to delete tanks. You're just not gonna win the shield war. But basically, yeah, like, you should be playing here, and from here you could be like, shoot for free, and your tank should be playing around it too. Just, if you play Wrecking Ball comps, give up the first corner, it's fine. Hold either on second, on back further. You did try to break shield? Yeah. And sometimes it's fine, right? Like, if you got a brawl comp, Ryan versus Ryan, with like Diva versus Diva, or a mirror comp of that kind, breaking the shield can be fine. Because Hanzo does have like high burst damage, so you can give your team a resource advantage by breaking the shield earlier, right? But in this case, where you are, it's very, very obvious that we are just not gonna win the shield war. Because Farah is not gonna be shooting at shields, Wrecking Ball is not gonna be shooting at shields, Reluctance isn't gonna be doing damage to shields, so it's literally only going to be 2 of 2 shooting 2 shields. It's just not gonna happen. Just try to find an angle around it. Also take the high ground, like, you shouldn't be here, you know you shouldn't be here. Play around the front line, like, shoot around the shields, don't shoot at the shields. And don't stack yourself with main, like, go to the high ground, shoot down, go to that high ground, shoot down. You want to kill people, right? As a sniper, you just, okay, practice that one. Shizzy, please. Climb, then leap. Shizzy. We will not talk about that. Climb, then leap. Careful when doing hit scan. Yeah, you're in the open. When you went too far. Like, playing here would have been fine, but the fight was probably lost anyway. Now we just go Rhine, which may actually work better for you. Because now you can try to break the shield, right? Still not the best comp, but you can now try to break shields and get value because we have 2 shields. Still not ideal, but can work at this point. Of course, Rhine, and I'm gonna come back to this. Since you're playing Brawl, it's still better for you to not break the shields and wait until someone puts a shield down and then just melt one of their tanks. Stop wasting some rounds though. Okay, ignoring the fact that you guys started on a bad comp and didn't really know how to play it. I'll take it back. It's not a bad comp. Like, you should have Zen, but you didn't know how to play it. I feel like the biggest thing thus far has been you're just shooting shields, and that's it. You need to either find an angle around the enemy to actually do damage to someone, and save your cooldowns to, you know, actually do damage to someone. Because, and I'll, like, 2 minutes in, I'll show you. Hanzo does a shitload of damage. Like, it is insane how much damage you can output with Hanzo. So let's say they have a Reinhardt, right? They're very classic Ryan McCree Hanzo. Very good. If you use your Storm Arrows, you can just kill the Ryan. Takes 1 shot and 2 Storm Arrows. It's insane how much damage Hanzo can do. I believe you can do it with like 3 or 4 Storm Arrows to the body instead of headshots. Hold on. 4. If you take an angle, you have damage boost, Ashe or Widow. I feel like it's too risky if you don't poke with a shield. That's why you use cover, right? Like, And you've got the biggest advantage that you've got projectiles that you can charge. So when you want to peek, you can do like, hold on, let's go back to somewhere else. You can do like, hold on. First thing first, you got the advantage of being able to see through walls. You can charge your shot and peek for like 1 second. Like a very tiny peek is all you need. You don't need to peek for very long, and in that time you're minimizing a lot the possibility that they kill you. So if you know where they are because you shot a sonic arrow, or just because your team tells you, you can just peek and shoot, and peek and shoot, and you can charge your shot behind the wall, right? And only peek to actually shoot it. And you minimize the chances that they kill you by like a lot. Because the window they've got to kill you is quite literally just this. Like, when you pick that. When you pick that. You can, if you want to be even more of a pro Hanzo, you can do it like this. Just jump and then leap back. Which makes it even more difficult to kill you, but does rely on a cooldown, right? You've got to actually have the cooldown. But those are options you can use to just get around their snipers, just like shoot and leap back. Right? Sorry, jump, shoot, and leap back. Jump, shoot, and leap back. I missed that one. I'm not the best answer, but I know the theories. And just use cover. That's it. You don't need a shield when you've got cover, right? Because you can just peek and your shot is already charged. Unlike Widow. Widow has to charge before every shot, right? Whereas you can move and she can't really move with it. So use your sonic arrow to your advantage on long range sniper duels. Use the fact that you can use cover and then peek for like a microsecond and do the damage. And if you really want to, and if they got like a really good Widow and you're scared, you can just jump, shoot, and leap back in. And do you know how much time that takes? It's like a 10th of a second that you're actually exposed. It's insanely... again, I'm not just by Hanzo, but it's insanely short the amount of time they can actually use to kill you. But yeah, just too long, didn't reach, just use cover. Find an angle with cover, like if we go back to the game. Where are you? It's Rialto. If we go back to the game, like, I don't know, 2 minutes in. Did they cap first? They did. Let's go back. Let's go back to just before they cap first. When you went on this flank, right? You can stay here and shoot the Widow from here. And it's like, you've got cover, you can pick out, shoot, hide, pick out, shoot, hide. And then if you want to shoot the enemy, you can just like pick out, shoot, hide, pick out, shoot, hide. Cover is just really, really good. And it's what enables you to take those different angles than the enemy. But instead you just walk into the open, right? Which just means you get shot. If you are here, the Ash doesn't shoot you. You just say Widow out, and then you can turn around, and maybe if you kill or chase the Widow out, deal with this cover, range damage, and that's it. Same with high ground, right? If you are playing on this high ground and you've got cover, and I don't know, let's say that you think people are coming that way, you move here, and you peek out and shoot, charge your shot, peek out and shoot, charge your shot, peek out and shoot, charge your shot, and just kind of repeat that. And the sonic arrow and your team and just seeing where the enemy is can help you predict a lot, like where to put your crosshair before you aim. Like before you go out, you can be like, okay, I know they're coming down mid, like that, not mid, that the hallway, right? Alleyway. So I'm gonna put my crosshair right there, gonna peek, aim for like a microsecond, shoot, and then hide. And it minimizes the amount of time you can be shot by a lot. It's just a really good way of getting damage into the enemy team and going around the shields. Also, stop wasting storm arrows. They're such a good cooldown. Even here, even though I said like, if you got a mirror, you can use storm arrows to break the shield. This is not really a mirror. They've got maybe not more shield, but more range damage. And your team is gonna win by getting really close and melting them, right? So you could say you got a lot more damage than they do. They have buff. So it's like maybe 50-50. You could, I would be okay with you doing it. But I do still think that it's better for you to shoot them at the enemy, right? Especially when you got like a brawl versus a Pokemon. Like, this is not that good because every single point of your team's damage is going that way. Your whole team is focusing damage this way, and they got like a Sigma. Sigma is really good at absorbing that damage. So let your Rhine, let your Sigma go that way. Maybe you could like be here shooting the Orisa or the Sigma, or you could go all the way around, take like this angle and shoot that way or this way. Just, especially when you're playing into double shield, unless your whole team is running into them, which we cannot do yet because we don't have a Lucio, it is okay for you to find a different angle. You don't have to always stay with your team. It's just really good if you can get to your team in case they pressure you. But they don't really have a way to pressure you here. Like, if they were playing Brawl, I would be like, okay, you can play more with your team. But in this case, they're playing double shield long range. Good cleanup though. Like, Stormhouse is really, really good for cleanup. If anyone is 70 HP or under, you can just spam Stormhouse their way and try to kill them. Widow's one, Widow's dead. Good kill. Welcome to Stormhouse, literally the best cleanup tool in the game. Even if you cannot aim at all, you can just shoot Stormhouse in someone's general direction, and at least one of them is like guaranteed to hit. I am okay with that, Stormhouse. You're breaking the shield, but you'll have them back for the fight. You should take high ground though. You should take high ground though. That's like the worst place to take high ground, but you manage. The reason I say it's bad is just you're very exposed. Like, if they shoot you, you can die very easily while doing this. Good kill. Okay, good shot. Careful with the dynamite, okay. This is a place where you could just use Tormaro and try to melt them down, right? Little late. She got healed, but still fine. Good kill, good kill, good kill. Go back to the high ground. By the way, you're a sniper. You can still do the same thing from up here. You can still shoot them from up here. Cover, safer. I guess the two things we can think about right now, or I can think about right now, is first you need to play a little more with cover, like taking safer angles, not safer angles, like better angles using cover to enable you to do that. And also stop wasting your storm arrows, because it's a really good cooldown and you're just basically wasting it. Not every time, but a lot of the times you're just using it for no reason. Like, it would be really good to have it like right now, and like melt this Orisa as she comes across the bridge, right? You don't have it, so you cannot. Good shot though, like that's a really good shot. And Hanzo is one of the most incredibly high damage heroes of the game. You drop, you're shooting at the Orisa, which is okay. Again, you did just spend a lot of time shooting a shield, but I'm okay with it. It should be a one fight anyway. You should take the high ground. Should take the high ground. That dragon is probably not gonna get enough value. Yeah. So, worse. Dragons are really good at splitting the enemy team. Oh, hi, Eric. And in this case, you didn't really use it for that. I was gonna say you should take the high ground. From the high ground, you can either split the enemy team that way, or if they push that way, you can just dragons them. But these dragons didn't get enough value. You didn't split the enemy team, you didn't really do a lot with them. And the big thing is splitting the enemy team, honestly. I'm okay with that Storm Arrows on the low Sigma shield, but you should be playing behind cover and not out in the open. That's unfortunate though. Yeah, it's not about dragons, but we can call the dragons unfortunate. Honestly, dragons is the least important part of your kit. I do wish you had saved them to combo, but dragons is still the least important part of your kit. Like, storm arrows, sonic arrows, and normal shots and leap are all more important, I think. Again, just shooting your storm arrows thoughtlessly into the Sigma grasp. Look how much shield he's got. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you keep shooting your storm arrows into the enemy's shields and grasp and fortify, you are doing what they want. They are there to block the damage after all. Especially like Sigma and Defense Matrix. Go around, by the way, you can go all the way around. Come out that way, try to get a flank. Okay, good heal from Mer. High noon into flags is solid. Macri got deleted. Good shatter, we win this, yeah. Let's go until you guys lose on defense, if you lose on defense. And then we'll go back to the practice for a moment. By the way, that's what you do, right? You just pick out, shoot, come back in. Pick out, shoot, come back in. You are not doing it very often, but you could be. Good shot. Stormhouse at a shield on the Sigma. It isn't too bad, but still probably better to save it a little bit further into the fight. Good flank though. Imagine if you had Storm Arrows here. Like, imagine if you just drop from here with Storm Arrows. You would delete the Orisa, delete the Baptiste, right? Doing damage at people is a lot more, meaningful at, yeah, just like that. Doing damage at the shields. She's super dead, yeah. They got Reaper now, no more Widow, or what were they playing before? Soldier, right? And they got Farah too. Good kill. Not you, Wizard Beast, but good kill anyway. Good shot. And sometimes you are doing this of, I'm gonna play with cover so they can't shoot at me, but I'm still able to shoot them because I just have to peek for a second. Or you can clear the silent and shoot them anyway. So sometimes you are doing it, you just need to do it like a lot more often. It is what enables you to really take those off angles and shoot at the enemy, you know, and kill them. Because Hanzo has so much damage, it's use cover and pick them out. Go back, by the way, go back, you're very much in the open and in main. You should probably go back. Like, you should be, honestly, you should be shooting it from here. If you want to go over aggressive, you can come all the way here, because you can just go out and they have no one to pressure you. Not on main where they are just very, very much able to see you and get a good angle on you fairly easily. By the way, great dragons. I hope you use them because they are throwing right now. They are throwing, going there with dragons. Just shoot your dragons in there. Shoot your dragons in there. Yes. Really good dragons. Quality forced everyone out. We did waste shatter, but very good dragons. Did a ton of damage, forced them out. Now you got free damage with your Storm Arrows. Stop putting it in shields. Like, hold on, let's go back. Dragon is really good. Follow up, not that good. Leap this way. Just use the leap. Come this way. Shoot at them, right? The follow up isn't that good because you are not doing damage at them. Even though, like, look how low the Baptiste gets. He's almost dead. So instead of just going back that way where they've got 2 shields blocking you, just leap this way and shoot at them. Because you force like every single resource they have. Fast coming back, but we should actually, yeah, we should just win this. Good dragon. Really good dragon, in fact. Great. And you guys just win this. How far in? 8 minutes. Okay. Just making sure you guys actually win this. Good shot. Kill the Mercy. You win this. So 9 minutes, right? So I just want to go back to the whole thing about Storm Arrows and how insanely broken they are. First thing first, you can always take one shot into Storm Arrows, and it will always be the same time, like exactly the same time. Let's go for Orisa, since they were playing Orisa. Like, if you just, I'm gonna pop Storm Arrows. It has a small wind up before shooting, which you can animation cancel your reload with the bow into that wind up from Storm Arrows. So you can take one shot and immediately go into Storm Arrows, which is just a really good combo, as you can see. But also Storm Arrows are just insane. Like, they are one of the most broken cooldowns in the game. The fact that you can just delete tanks like that, just like that. It's not a kill, but I did not hit a single headshot, and I did not take the first shot either. So, it's broken. The left click into Storm Arrows combo is quite literally broken. Like, I fucked up again. But it's quite literally just a broken combo that does like 500 damage immediately. Without headshots, up to 1000 if you hit headshots. It's quite literally broken. And also, the big thing with Storm Arrows is that they're actually also pretty good for cleanup, right? Like, if you got someone with under 70 HP, look at what I'm gonna do. Pop some rounds. One of them is gonna hit. It wasn't even a headshot. You don't have to aim to hit one of them. You just go like this, and one is almost guaranteed to hit every time. They're really good for cleanup on people who are very low. Especially if you can aim. But like, one of them is bound to hit, even if you don't aim. Right? So they are really good for cleanup, especially if you are used to them and can aim them. By just spamming 5 of them at random targets with full HP is like, it's not gonna kill them, right? But if someone is very low, you can just be like, yeah, okay, well that's a free kill. Because Storm Arrows basically guarantee that 70 damage. To 140, depending on how good you are. But they do guarantee that 70 damage, so long as you are just aiming in the general direction. That's how broken they are. They are insane. I have said this before. I will say it again. I actually think Storm Arrows are more broken than Scatter Arrows. I think I said it like last week when I did sign up. But yeah, they are just insanely good. Use them for cleanup on people who are really low. Use them to melt tanks down, like even Azaria. It's just like, just delete the tanks. Tanks are really big and easy to hit. If they got like a monkey diving you, you can be like, okay, hello monkey. Monkey on top of you. Oh, I just leap back, shoot his head, and then just Storm Arrows in his direction. Storm Arrows are really good, and a lot of the value with Hanzo comes from knowing when to use them. Shooting them at a shield can be okay, but you can get a lot more value by just actually deleting people with the Storm Arrows, because they are actually insane. Like, Storm Arrows do up to 750 damage by themselves, and 1000 damage if you have the free left click on top, with the free left click on... I cannot even show you because Monkey dies so fast. But yeah, that's the general point of the Storm Arrows. You can melt things really fast. Tank busting and clean up on targets who are low. Like, even Tracers, like... Tracer is notoriously hard to hit, but you can just spam in her direction. And you are, like, not guaranteed, but very likely to get one arrow, even without properly aiming. And you can see I was throwing my crosshair around all the place and still got hits. Oh, it's not Busan, it's Rialto. Okay, let's look at the attack. We're at like 9 minutes. Why is this so long? Does it take forever for them to be ready? Does it take forever for you to be ready? What rank would be considered good if we have 175 hours? Hours don't really work with ranks. You can be really good and come from a different first-person shooter, or I don't know, maybe like even a MOBA if you got decent mechanics too, and be really good, or you can be like the best aimer in the game and have really bad games. So it is very dependent on each person. There is no, hey, you've had this many hours on Overwatch, you should be this good. Right? Like, if you're asking me what rank would be considered good, I would say GM would be considered good, right? But it depends on your playstyle more than how many hours you got in the game. And how good you are in the game rather than how many hours.
I am moving the payload.
We will watch this. Well, Wizard Beast? Wizard Beast? He had 500 ping. I think he just told you that. No, it's okay. Let's call it a lag spike then. By the way, you should not be on the payload. Let your Lucio be on the payload. Let your Diva be on the payload. You should take the high ground. Take the high ground. Because you are not a close range character. He was struggling, unfortunate. This is why you shouldn't be on the payload. You're a sniper. Why are you on the payload? So just take the high ground. Let your Diva or your Lucio move the card. If they drop on your Diva or your Lucio, they literally just run away. The call was for you to hold payload. Then I'm telling you right now, it is not your job to hold the payload. It should be on your Diva or on your Lucio. Maybe even your Baptiste, but Baptiste is more vulnerable. So you should probably just have Lucio behind the payload. And if they drop, Lucio just drives away. Or Diva, who's got boosters. Because, funny enough, Hanzo is a sniper, so you want to be really far away from the enemy. Good kill though, from Reluctance. And it looks like we may win this fight because we've got Brawl and they don't. This is a set play for the rest of the team to take high ground because Hanzo can just climb back up. Diva can just boost away. Baptiste can just jump to the high ground. Lucio can just wall ride, right? There are better people to move the payload and Lucio and Diva are the best because they are very difficult to kill. It's very difficult to kill a Lucio or a Diva. But Hanzo, it's not that difficult to kill Hanzo. You just drop on the Hanzo and all he's got is like a tiny leap. Right? He can just leap a few meters away and he's like, oh, he's just over there instead. I like that you guys won the fight anyway. You force them down to the point and you kill them because you have Brawl. So the idea is good, but you could have done this without Sissy dying. Especially because, again, Hanzo has a ton of damage. You can just put Hanzo up here, or Hanzo on the bridge, and your Hanzo can just delete them as they come down on top of that. Like, if you compare Hanzo to Lucio, 90% of the time you'd rather have Hanzo in a fight, just based on how much damage he does. Lucio is really good for before the fight, getting the team where he needs to go. Or you can just put Diva on the payload, and Diva can just boost up and do damage from the high ground. Don't put Hanzo on the payload. Like, your Hanzo should be here right now, shooting at them as they come forward, right? Like, look how open this is. This is the most open area in the entire game. And you've got a sniper and a hit scan. They should both be on this high ground, shooting down at the enemy and killing them before they can even recontest, right? Instead, you got Hanzo on the payload. Which is not Shizzy's fault. Like, Shizzy, I appreciate that. If you're told to go to the payload, you stay on the payload. But imagine what you could be doing from up here, right? Who's gonna chase you out? Doomface by himself? Having to use 2 cooldowns to even get up here? No. You just put Hanzo here and delete them. Like, they got to go out to that tiny choke. Like, yeah, your Diva dies and your Baptiste dies, but mostly, like, you're missing out on so much damage. Because, again, Hanzo is, like, the most damage, the highest damage output in the game. Because Cheese is just like, oh, I've got to dodge everything that is coming at me. Like a Reaper and a Doomfist and a Lucio. If Cheesy was just here or here, he could just rain down damage on the enemy. The general idea of playing Brawl is that your Vine and your Diva are the first to go, right? Like, if the enemy wants to get to your Hanzo, they've got to go through your Vine. Not just enable them to do it. Anywho, this is a last fight, we just regroup. And it's really sad because I know she's a decent Hanzo, but he's not getting to do anything. Like, he was doing a lot more on defense, but even on defense first, it was like he wasn't really doing anything until they broke to that choke. Take the high ground. Good, take the high ground. Yeah, nice, nice. You should Sonic Arrow these. Don't use Sleep to engage. Try to do the damage, but at this point your team fight is exhausted. Yeah. They use coalescence, they just win with ultimates.
I must reclaim my honor.
Now we've got ultimate, just ult first and we should be able to win this. And honestly, like, even though they have double shield, you've got a lot of range damage. If you just put the window down, you can delete people. So that could be a good time to play with your team and shoot the shields, is through window. Because if you have window is just brokenly insane. Stop shooting shields. You got a you got a Doomfist behind you. Don't use all of your storm arrows into that. Good kill. But yeah, this is a lost fight. And I'm telling Shizi you should stay on the high ground, but it's mostly just a team thing, right? Where they are putting you on the payload. You should just take the high ground, stay far away from the enemy, shoot at them from a safe position and delete everything. Wow. Good bomb. Hey, you could Dragons this. Not literally right now, but when they try to drop or whatever, you can just Dragons at them. I was going faster than I should have. That's an okay Dragons. It's not the best, but it's not bad. And we should win this, right? Yeah. Take the high ground, shoot down at them. Wait, you cannot because you've been made into the payload manager. I will still stick with the same ideas of storm arrows and stop shooting at shields. I should, like, if I didn't know that your team was telling you to stay on the payload, I would definitely be telling you, hey, you should be taking high ground more. Take a different angle, don't be on the point. But this goes for the whole team rather than just Shizi. Don't put your hands on the payload. Good damage, you are doing the picking thing, which is really good. You could have killed that Reaper. Doing some damage is fine. Don't use storm arrows. Okay, now you can use storm arrows. Good storm arrows. And that's basically what I want you to do. Just save them for when someone is low and you can just delete them. Or a tank is out of position and you can just delete them. You didn't need to drop from the high ground there. Like, he got beat, there was no way you were killing him. Great kill from Mertha. Okay, unfortunate. If you hadn't dropped from the high ground, you'd still be alive, but that's just a reset. Okay, we almost have dragons. We can chase them off the high ground with dragons, and that's good enough value. Another storm arrows just add the shields, which isn't that much value. Imagine if you had storm arrows now, right? You're just waiting 2 more seconds and you can break a shield and like choose storm arrows. You could dragons that way. Force them to go forward or back. We did use Diva Bomb though. That's a good Diva Bomb. Not the best dragon. It may still get value, but like the Risa is already going out. You are not really splitting the team as much as you are just shooting them at the Risa. So it's not really splitting the enemy team. It's just, you know, forcing them back a little bit, which is fine. But you could be getting more. Down front line. Like, stay behind your tanks. Like, you're a sniper, right? You want to be basically the furthest back in your team. You want to be like here shooting at them, or here shooting at them, or up here shooting at them. Not up front. Now would be a really good time to storm arrows. Okay, she dies anyway. Storm arrows to Moira. Still storm arrows to Moira. Good kill. Like, see what I mean when I say that it's just very likely you get at least one of them? I think you're gonna get bad spam though. Yeah, okay, unfortunate, but you did win the fight. Let me refresh the chat. I haven't seen any messages in a little while. We beat. Free shot. You missed the opportunity, but you could have had a free shot here if you didn't leave. Like here, you could just aim your shot and take it. Instead, you leap forward, which messes up your shot. And you miss it. But we do force him up, which is good enough. It's not the best, but it's good enough. That's a reset. Yep. Almost. He just got you cover, but the idea was good. Just storm out someone who's slow.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Stop storm in the shield. I was about to say that would be a pretty decent dragon. It's not the best dragon game because the best dragon would be you just go a little closer to the wall and shoot it that way. So that you get the whole of the corridor, like that way. Or like that, rather than just like this window. Like you are gonna say that it doesn't get... Only gets like this. And it doesn't really force anyone to go anywhere. Instead, if you just had gotten this as well, you would have forced them all out. But it's not about the ultimate so much as it is for me to just make sure you are using your storm arrows correctly and taking different angles so you don't end up shooting the shield every fight. Because right now it just feels like you're shooting the shield every fight. Okay, now we just got Reinhardt and we're gonna push in. You're a little further back, you should be closer. With McCree, I like that with McCree you're further back than with Hanzo. Should be the other way around. Like with McCree you should be really close to your tanks. With Hanzo you can be very far back. That would be a good stun, You missed that, but it's unfortunate. Good bomb. You go forward, which is fine. That's what it look like I keep going against. Yeah, that's the whole thing. You keep shooting shields. Which, maybe you thought that because they had double shield it was okay. But double shield wants you to shoot shields, really. The way you play around double shields is not shoot the shields. Sometimes it is, but it's mostly just get around the shields. Good job chasing out Doomfist before it goes in. You hide. They got beat, so don't go aggressive. Like, this is bad because they got beat. You should not have gone aggressive. You die for it. Really good shatter from Merrick. We should be able to win this. Good beat. You come back with Tracer. The guy looked too deep into Tracer. Can we win this? Come on, guys. Yeah, Eric got another shatter, by the way, and shattered 3 people again. Okay. But yeah, the biggest thing with Hanzo is definitely stop shooting shields, find a way to get around the shields, use cover to take those aggressive angles, and stay far back so that the enemy team has a very difficult time getting to you. And storm arrows people who are very low, or tanks, because tanks are easy to hit. But like, not their shields, just the actual tanks' bodies. Recall, probably. Oh, we lose that, but we lost them. We won them up, so it's okay. Okay, good remake kill, but this is just lost fight at this point, right? Yeah. So with Hanzo, it's basically just... Do you guys win this? Hold on, let me continue watching. You probably don't. I imagine you don't, but I'm gonna watch anyway. Yeah. But you did win them up. But yeah, basically on Hanzo, I'm not gonna cover McCree because we didn't really watch a lot of McCree. But with Hanzo, so number 1, shoot people. Not shields, not cover, not a grasping Sigma. Shoot people, and the way you can do that is by taking an off angle. Or by going at people. Sorry, words. Going at an off angle, which enables you to get around the shields. Or maybe, depending on the comp, you can try to break their shields. But it depends on your comp and their comp. And I actually will not put break shield. I would put bait resources. Because if they use like a whole diva matrix to block some of your shots, then you can shoot the diva, right? And the second one is honestly just more storm arrows. Use them to melt tanks and use them to clean up on people who are low. So I want to see you like, let's do this and let's do this. Let's do two things. So first, you must not die, by not using cover. Do not die by being in the open. Being in the open. And you got 3 lives. So if you die 3 times because you are not using cover, you're gonna lose. And the second one is do not waste storm arrows. Like, let's just say that 7 out of 10 times, use storm arrows for cleanup. And by cleanup, I don't mean save them for the moment when the actual fight is won. Let's just put it low, people. People under 70. So 70 HP, you can one shot with 1 arrow. Or if you are confident in getting 2. And for tank melting, tank busting. Right, and those are the ones I can come up with. I would much rather you just take angles and play with cover than focus on, breaking their shields. Okay. And I think that's gonna be it for today, guys. I'll see everyone else on Sunday. And that's it. Have a good day, y'all. Bye bye.